Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am so very excited to bring to you the breakout event virtual style. This is our very first time doing this, so I hope you enjoy. All right, my name is Rachel Cheetah. Thank you all again for joining in on my particular topic today. I am the founder of the team Inspirology. I am a Young Living Goal leader, and I am a wife and a mother of 3 little ones. Ryder is 5, Lincoln is 3, and Scarlett is 4 months old. So I am super busy, but I'm very excited to bring this particular topic to you guys at this time in my life because, of course, I'm very passionate about motivating and teaching others, but also because we all live in this roller coaster ride of a motivational struggle. We all are striving to find our purpose. What are we passionate about? And it definitely has its ups and downs. So I just want you to be aware that this roller coaster ride is very normal. We all have highs and lows in this situation. But what I'm going to do today is to teach you guys a few tips and tricks that you can take away when you're feeling those lows, how to rein yourself back in. And also for those of you who are struggling with, what is it that I love to do? I'm not really even sure. We're going to talk about a few things that you can incorporate into your everyday life to really bring that motivation back up and for you guys to succeed and find the desire that it is that you really want. So let's go ahead and get started. By definition, motivation says that it's the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving a particular way. So with that being said, we are not able to move forward to pursue life, to act on our dreams without having a motivational action behind it. So if you are missing the action piece, which a lot of times, people can say, well, I love doing this, or I'm really passionate about doing this. And then they sit there and they don't do anything about it. So the action piece is really what a lot of people need, and that's the missing key in succeeding in whatever it is that their heart desires to do. So just go ahead and make a quick note of that if you haven't already. So let me ask you this. Have any of you ever been in a situation where things just didn't go the way that they were planned? I'm sure most of you are shaking your head or saying, oh, yep, definitely, because it's happened to all of us. The disappointment you feel is temporary. It's not the rest of your life. We all go through things that are not fair. We can't stop life from happening. But what you can do is you can choose how you respond to that situation. So you can either choose to be brought down by the disappointment that's happening to you at that moment, and not only bring yourself down, but bring down others around you. Or you can choose to push through, to be positive, to have a better outlook on what life has to bring you yet. There's so much more life to live that's out there waiting for you. You just need to go get it. So what we're going to do to start out with is I'm going to talk about 6 steps to finding your purpose, motivation, and passion. So first off, get rid of perspective. Get your perspective on it. So you can't sit there and say, I don't know, and think you're going to wake up the next day with the answers. It doesn't work that way. So like Albert Einstein said, you cannot solve a problem with the same level of thinking you had when you created it. Food for thought. All right, so let's go ahead and just jump right in. The first tip that I'm going to talk about today is to be curious, to open yourself up, to go on an adventure, to figure this out. Step away from thinking, what is my purpose, to just wanting to expand your life, wanting to grow, wanting to explore, wanting to figure out what feels right for you. You have to have the desire deep inside to change, to explore. You might do things like grab a journal and start writing down some ideas that come to mind. Maybe write down 10 things that you're really curious about, and then start looking through those, and maybe it's 10 to 20 things, and start looking through what it is you're writing down. Do things start to overlap? Because if they do, go ahead and circle them, because most likely those are the things that you need to be focusing on, because those are the things that keep coming up and coming up and coming up in your life that you're not taking action on. So I will encourage you to take some time, grab a journal, designate a specific book that you're going to use, for your journal, and start to just write your ideas down in it and see what does keep coming up that maybe you've set aside or not really taken action on. So your second tip, take a look around and get inspiration from others. This is not a bad thing. This is great. Think about what they are doing and why you admire them. Would you want that for yourself? Make a list of these people, take inspiration from them, look online and see if there's anyone out there that is doing cool stuff that you think you would love to do, and how would you like to be spending your time ultimately. I mean, do you want to be spending your time in an office so many hours a day, or do you want to be able to spend half your day in the office and half your day outside with your kids and family or whatnot? Be clear, write down a list, and take inspiration from it. So a lot of times, if you surround yourself by inspirational, motivational people, you are going to be more likely to take on those attributes and start taking on the actions that they're doing. So this is not a bad thing. Look for those people that you like to follow on Instagram or friend on Facebook, or reach out to. Maybe it's an author. Maybe it's a friend of yours that is very successful in whatever it is that they're choosing to do. And even if the business or career that they're in isn't exactly what you would want to do, but you find that person very inspirational and that person picks you up, that is also a good thing to have. So take time, even interview that person if you can. But make sure that you get clear and you write down a list and take away whatever inspiration from them that you can. So tip 3 is going to be, take some time to think. If I could fail, what would I do? If I couldn't fail, what would I do? If money was no issue, you could just take that out of the equation. What is most important to me, to you, and what would you want to spend your time doing? Take some time, go over this somewhere quiet, and just think, what do I actually want to do in my life? What do I want my life to look like? What do I want my life to be like? This is a really good starting point. This exercise might not help you find the answers right off the bat, but it's a great place to start. So again, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to grab that journal and really just start thinking. There are no limits at all. So take your thinking cap off, or that side of your shoulder that always says, nope, you're not going to be able to do it. Nope, that's not realistic, and shove them to the side. This is your opportunity to really take your pen or your pencil and your paper and really just go to town in what really lights you on fire. What are your desires? If you had no limits at all, what would you be doing, or what could you do? Sometimes in business, the money part doesn't always come right away. It may take a while. So you have to really love what it is that you're doing in order to make it work, or it's not going to be successful. A lot of times, if the money part is going to be stronger than how much you love what you're doing, that's where people fall short and they're not successful, and they don't push forward enough to see what the outcome actually could be. So take money out of the equation and start to think what truly lights you on fire. And that is Tip 3. Tip 4, are there any problems existing in your life right now that you would love to solve? So many times people start businesses because they have a problem in their life that they want to solve. So I'm just going to give one example. Let's say a female entrepreneur is feeling so isolated and lonely as an entrepreneur, and she creates something that is really feminine to help support other female entrepreneurs to bring them all together. So she then at that point found a problem in what, she in her work and what she was doing, and she then turned that into her passion and really figuring out, like, this is what I'm here for. Like, this really lights me on fire. So most of the time, other people are experiencing the same thing as you. So get out and do something about it. A lot of times, others aren't going to talk about it because they're ashamed, or they think, well, then I'm going to look vulnerable, or they're going to think I'm not successful. So if you take the initiative, most likely there's going to be so many other people that are in the same boat that are going to jump on board with you at that time. So take a look into your life and ask yourself, are there any problems you would really like to solve? Because often this leads to figuring out what it is that you really would love to do. So the 5th tip, we're almost done. We only have one more to go. Do you have any huge pipe dream style ideas that you feel are way too unrealistic? I just laugh when you say that, because we secretly have these amazing dreams that we keep thinking about, but we doubt ourselves on every single time and keep telling ourselves that it's too unrealistic. It's never going to happen. So we park it to one side and never see the light of day. It never sees the light of day. So think through, do you have anything deep down that you've just pushed down under the surface because you think it's unrealistic? Think about it. Get really clear. If there's something there, why not start seeing whether it's something that you could make happen in your life? So again, having a dream journal is a great way to kind of capture these ideas. I know in most mornings, mornings are pretty crazy, so it's not like you're always going to have the opportunity to wake up and write in your dream journal, or a lot of times, we might not remember our dreams and what happened, but sometimes we do. So, and those are the times that we really need to take what it is that we were thinking about and write them down and put them into action, because those are really deep down the desires that you want to accomplish. So the 6th tip today is going to be follow your heart. You know deep down what feels right to you. Nobody else really truly is going to know or going to be able to help you out with this. You only live one life, so you've got to spend it doing something that you love, something that lights you up. Don't get caught up with people telling you that you need to be realistic. That's the worst advice that someone could ever give you. Go out there, dream big, go for it, and take action. Again, I can't stress the take action part. The truth is, clarity can only ever come through taking action. You will never find out what you should be doing with your life by sitting at home on the couch feeling sorry for yourself and just thinking about it. So get out there, be curious, take action, and you will start to put the pieces together. A few other things that you can start to incorporate into your life to really kind of hone in on, what it is that your biggest desires are, what's going to keep you motivated, and how to stay motivated. You can always read some motivational books. This is always a great way to kind of like in the moment pick you up. If you don't like actually physically having the book, do like an Audible, listen to it on the way to work, listen to it in the car ride to a vacation, whatever it might be. So I'm just going to name a few. Of course, there's so many different motivational books. And if you guys have some that you've used that you want to share with everyone, please go ahead and post them in the comments so that people have more options. So I just have Outwitting the Devil, the U Squared book. This is seriously like the easiest read ever, and I have notes all over my book. So I read this one often, multiple times. The Compound Effect, and then of course, Think and Grow Rich. So those are just a few books, like I said. And then creating your vision board. A lot of times I will have people come to me and say, well, I don't have any tag board. I don't have, pictures or markers or whatever it is. You don't need that to start your vision board. Grab a piece of paper and a pen and just start writing. Just start writing what it is at that moment that you feel you desire. What are your hopes and dreams and goals? Get them on paper so that you can visualize them. Once you have it on paper, you're able to visualize it in more of a realistic way, where you're able to start to put the small pieces together on what it's going to take to actually accomplish that. So just getting started with your vision board is going to be huge. So you don't have to have like a huge tag board, vision board, just grab a small whiteboard even, whatever you have, and then, place it somewhere that you're going to be able to see it on a daily basis, so that you're constantly reminding yourself of the things that you really want to accomplish in life. And then I also have some oils, of course, that I use to help, depending on the situation, help get me motivated, help me release some of the negative emotions that I might be feeling. So of course, release is one of them. So I do like to use this one over my liver, or I like to diffuse it as well. And then I have Believe. I love to diffuse this one, especially if I'm working like on a big event or a project. I like to diffuse that one. Ula Grow, Hope. A lot of the emotional oils are really great in this situation. Envision and Awaken. These two I like to use together just to kind of like open up my mind, to get creative, to start, like if I'm going to be journaling, a lot of times these are the ones that I'll have in my diffuser and I will put on my wrist. And a lot of times I'll just inhale them quick before I start to write. Into the Future and Highest Potential. These are great as well. Magnify Your Purpose and Brain Power. Love these two. And then the last one is Abundance. Even if you don't like to diffuse or wear it, I mean, Abundance is one that a lot of people have put in their paint, or in their painting their bedrooms or offices, or whatever it is that they might be doing. So those are just a few. If you have some favorites, please feel free to share with the group as well. And then the last thing is placing positive affirmations around your house. So, putting those positive affirmations in your bathroom, by your mirror, maybe right by your bedstand before you go to bed, so that you're constantly being reminded of the things that pick you up, instead of constantly being brought back down. So if you're having a bad day, a lot of times all it's going to take is for you to look at that positive affirmation and to feel like you're being lifted up. So they actually have a huge impact on your daily life. So to have those all around and convenient is great. Have them in your vehicle when you're riding to work or whatever it might be. So I will be posting some motivational links in the comments. Take some time to sit down and watch them. I will encourage you to take 15 to 20 minutes within the next week to go into a quiet space, watch the videos, have your journal ready, maybe be diffusing your oils, grab a piece of paper that you can start your vision board on. And I want you really just to write down your visions, your goals, your thoughts, whatever comes to mind at that time. You need to start somewhere, and this is it. This is the first day to the rest of your life. So I will leave you with a quote. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow know what you truly want to become. All right, thank you all for joining me today. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.